All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Wednesday evening. Another edition of KFTV postgame live. 5-game winning streak over. Madison Square Garden winning streak over as the Knicks took on the Orlando Magic at the Garden tonight, and it was all Magic all night. Knicks get dragged across the bar, and to add insult to injury, Jalen Brunson would leave this game with what would look like an ankle injury, so we'll have to watch that. But this was all Magic all night. Give credit, Franz Wagner was dominant tonight with 28 points. Magic got physical with the Knicks and literally bullied them on both ends of the floor, man. Knicks tried to make a run at it, but Magic had an answer for every run, seemed like. And, yeah, that's all she wrote, man. 124-107. We regroup. We talk about it on the number one show for the fans, by the fans. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. See the Fanchise Alex on the ones and twos. Let's get into it. Had to switch the music up. Had to the humble music. You know what I'm saying? We can't go with the Sky Zoo every night. It ain't orange and blue skies every night, man.
It isn't. And, you know, sometimes you gotta walk it back, go back to your humble beginnings, and you know, get the Knicks got dog walked tonight. All right, there's no other way to say it, man. They got bullied. They got punched in the face. The Magic, I get it. I get what people are gonna say. Hey, guess what? The Knicks are playing the second out of back-to-back. The Magic had enough time to rest to come through.
Yeah,
still early on in the season, man. And sure, we can attribute some of that to this, but the Knicks just weren't ready to get physical, man. They tried. Yeah. They tried, but they weren't ready.
Yeah. All credit to the Magic. All credit to the Magic. You know, coming into this one in the pregame interview, Paolo Banchero talked about the fact that they had this game circled on their calendar. They wanted this game. They have been trending in an upward direction. They beat Boston. They beat Portland despite giving up a big lead. So Magic have been feeling good about themselves despite starting the year off slow. And they came in from the opening jump and took it straight to the Knicks. And right off the jump, the Magic's size and physicality were off the charts, even when Paolo was in the game. He only played 12 minutes, but when they had Paolo, Franz, Wendell Carter, you know, you saw their size out there, and it really hurt the Knicks tonight. And the Knicks got caught several times on mismatches where, you know, you had Franz over Shamet, Franz over Brunson. You know, they were going at Cap all night. Cap had 31 points, but he was getting cooked on the defensive end tonight. Magic were the aggressors. You know, it's very rare when you see the dog get put in a kennel. You know, we saw Giannis do it, but it's very rare. But on a night like tonight, Wingstop got absolutely fried. Nobody could stop Franz Wagner tonight. He was that good, that crafty, and again, his size. He was the biggest guy out there amongst the wings, and they just couldn't solve it. Couldn't solve that puzzle, man.
They couldn't solve it at all. I mean, they tried to go to Karl-Anthony Towns in the paint. Doesn't matter who was guarding him, whether it was Wendell Carter, Franz Wagner. You throw anybody out there, man, at him. Even Jonathan Isaac. They were all bullying him. They were all getting, you know, they were all playing physical. They were getting him frustrated. He couldn't get to his positioning, man. And so you saw that for Cat. You saw Suggs was doing a solid job. I know, you know, Brunson got his. He got his 31 points, you know. But still, I thought Suggs did a solid job. Obviously, he did his Suggs thing, being a little over-aggressive, doing some questionable fouls
hard,
and whatnot.
But not smart. Plays hard, but not smart.
Yeah, and you know, the Magic did what they had to do, man. They forced this team to play ISO basketball. They didn't share the rock that well. I mean, look, they ended the game with 20 assists, but honestly, it could have been a lot less if it wasn't for like one passes, and then guys making shots. This game was very ugly, man. Very ugly for the Knicks. And look, they got to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. This is a good wake up call for them, CP. All right, because look, Orlando's going to play tough. Detroit's going to play tough, and you look at the Western teams; they're going to play tough. If you have any sense of championship aspiration, best believe OKC is going to come correct. Okay, as we saw in the finals this past year, that they were ready to play physical. So the New York Knicks got to go back to the drawing board. Nice wake up call. All right, nice wake up call saying, "Hey, this is what physicality looks like. Haven't had to deal with this since the postseason.
Yeah,
welcome." So get back. Come correct, and Yeah, man. Look, you get to face the Orlando Magic very soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
They have a
So
chance to clap back. So this was a nice wake-up call. And, hey, like I said, I like the way that the Magic played tonight. They earned it. They came out and earned it. And they were just the aggressors. And another thing that they did very well, they were coming into this game, they were number one in the NBA in free throws attempted at 22.5. Tonight, 33. And so they took advantage of a Knicks team who came out slow. The coaches admitted they were not ready to match up physically with the size and the speed. They did not match up with the energy. They did not have the requisite energy. The Magic, they just kept – that was part of the reason why the Knicks couldn't get back into the game. Number one was the turnovers in the second half, which was almost similar to what they did in the first half. And then number two is that, every time the Knicks were trying to get back into the game, the Magic would just get back to the free throw line. Whether it was Franz or, Goga Bitadze providing an energy play or Jonathan Isaac providing an energy play. The Magic seemed to be the guys that were getting after the 50-50 balls. So the Knicks just lost across the board. You look at the stat sheet, they lost everywhere tonight. There was no stat tonight that the Knicks beat the Magic in, and it just speaks to, how good Orlando was tonight. So give them a lot of credit. I thought defensively, Orlando – look, when the Knicks are doing all those dribble handoffs and the slot passes, they're up. Ball pressure, in the gaps, harassment. Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs, we know what their guards can do, especially on the defensive end, and they were not giving up an inch. Desmond Bane, defensively, they were very good, and because of their size and their length, there was a lot of deflections, especially in the first half. 9 turnovers by the Knicks. Orlando, Orlando would not allow the Knicks to get into any type of rhythm offensively, and I thought that is what really set the tone for Orlando tonight.
Yeah, and CP, I tweeted this out too during the game. The thing that stood out to me the most was the rebounding by the Magic tonight.
Got smoked.
They won the rebounding battle 59-45, and when you watch the Knicks, right? Granted, they did a great job. They got Cat with 5 fouls. They got Mitch in foul trouble, too. He got 4. Brunson had 5 fouls as well. These guys were playing physical. These guys were getting to their positions. Every time the Knicks took a shot, how many times did I see 3 guys just surrounding the hoop, boxing out, not allowing anybody to get a board? And because they also got Mitch and Cat in foul trouble, you got rid of your 2 best rebounders off the floor, so they're not sharing the court at the same time with the double big lineup. And now they're able to go out there and secure each and every single possession and just slow the game down. So it was a tough look, man. Tough look for the Knicks, who are doing a very good job this season in rebounding.
Yeah, they were. And so it was surprising to see. And Al, I don't know if we lost your video. Al, do we still have you on audio?
I'm here.
We got you. You in the Matrix a little bit, fam. I had to get you out of there, man. It's all good. You in the Matrix a little bit, man.
Thank you. Did you hear the rest of what I had to say about the rebounding?
Yeah. And it was surprising to see that, right? Because for most of these games, especially in these wins, they were the aggressors on the glass. But tonight, Orlando was solid, man. A lot of the times, a lot of these possessions ended off of one shot. The Knicks couldn't get the ball movement that they were accustomed to getting.
Right.
And that was Orlando's effort, their length, their rotations, closing out on the Knicks on the three-point line. That was great. And, Knicks just got absolutely smothered out there, man. Nothing really cooking.
The Magic didn't go – I know we're going to get into the numbers, but we're going to get into the game by the numbers. But second chance opportunities, 16-11 for the Orlando Magic. They didn't even beat us on second chance points like that. And when you look at the field goal percentage, it's nothing crazy. They shot better than the Knicks tonight, but the Knicks just could not win the possession battle tonight. And this kind of felt like, this is where the Knicks also have to be able to switch things up. They're able to go, they're not the fastest team. We talked about that. Yeah. Pace is not going to be through the roof. They're going to make quick decisions. However, when you're playing a physical team that's looking to muddy it up, you got to be able to switch and just change the game plan, man. And I think this is another good lesson for the Knicks saying, hey, we got to be versatile in how we approach every single team, because every opponent, especially when you get to the postseason, is not going to be the same. We saw that between Detroit, Boston, Indy. They all have different identities, all different playing styles. You got to learn, man. And that's why I keep saying this is a good – not losing sleep over it. It's going to happen. I thought they would continue the winning streak at home, even on the second night of a back-to-back. But – you got to learn, man. Got to learn.
Definitely got to learn. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Call us up in the KFTV Discord. Let us know what you guys thought about tonight's game. Can't win them all. 124-107. Knicks lose to the Orlando Magic. Bang! Let's shout out some super chats in here, shall we, Al? Shout out to Paul McWhite, 5388, number one in the chat leaderboard, $5 super chat. Says no one should get the Timbs in the hard hat tonight. Give them all Crocs tonight. And that's what he said. That's what the super chat said. My man said, give them all Crocs. He said, ain't nobody getting the Timbs tonight. Y'all walking home in the Crocs, man.
Said the Crocs. How about slippers, man? You all came in sleepy.
Yeah. Shout out to all of our Fanchise channel members in here and new ones as well. Russ Dog, salute. And shout out to Ja B. Cal, Sec 5. Ja B. Cal, Sec 5. So, yeah, as we said, man, Cap, 31 points tonight for Cap. Seemed to be the only Knick that had it going. But unfortunately, he would leave this game with an apparent ankle injury, man. So that's tough. Cap, he's always susceptible to that because of how he gets downhill. It looked like he stepped on Wendell Carter's foot and the ankle turned. I don't remember if that was the same ankle that he sprained last year. Because that was the right ankle. I think he did sprain the right ankle last year. If I'm not mistaken.
It was. I'd have to go back and look, but I think it was the right ankle. But yeah, look, man, it's ankle injuries is nothing. Like if you just watch this team, you know Brunson's gonna tweak an ankle at some point. I mean, it's the most common thing. I mean, he has a stop and go type of game.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, he likes to get downhill. It's just common for him, man. It's just common for him that he's gonna get that stuff. And so I just sent you a tweet from Ian Begley from the presser. He said. Mike Brown says Jalen Brunson turned his right ankle at the end of the game, but he doesn't know more than that. Yeah. So we're still waiting on the news too. He was able to walk off on his own power, which is a good sign, right?
Yeah.
Need a little help getting up. Fouled to get I forget who he fouled to just get a timeout and walk off, but hey, at least he's able to walk, and so hopefully, maybe you give him a game or two off. Maybe this short little break that you have. Getting Thursday night before Friday against the Miami Heat, maybe that's enough time for him. But hey, got to preserve him, man. You don't need to rush him. You need him for what the big goal is for the end of the season.
Yeah. Well, we need him back for Orlando because I just got my tickets. I'm going to Disney World, man. I'm going to make sure we get revenge.
You won the Super Bowl. What's going on here?
No, I'm a Giant fan. We're never doing that again. November 22nd. November 22nd, it's going down. We got to go down there and make sure we get revenge. We're calling all the Knicks fans together for another meetup. District Gastro Pub next Saturday, 1:30. It's a meetup. The clarion call. We getting the family together in Orlando. We got to make sure that Cap is ready to go. But, the one thing with him is, like, you just never know. Maybe he misses a little time, and maybe he's right back starting against the Heat, and he drops like 35. You never know.
You never know.
He's tough,
man.
Yeah, he's tough.
He is tough.
Yeah.
But, like I said, too, like, there's no need to rush him.
Yeah.
To have him come back either. So, like, if you need to give him time to rest and make sure that he's okay, by all means, do that, man.
Yeah.
By all means, do that.
The big bodega, Karl-Anthony Towns out, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 4 dimes, a steal. I thought he had a little bit of trouble with Wendell Carter tonight. And late in the game, late in the fourth, with about 6 minutes left, when the Knicks, again, they were trying to make their runs every now and again, but the Magic had an answer. But then, Karl, he's guarding Wendell Carter out 40 feet, draws his fourth foul, and then picks up his fifth foul shortly after that. He's got to go to the bench. So, again, those type of undisciplined things can kind of hurt the team. McBride came in there. He had back-to-back turnovers, a couple of missed shots. Like, they just could not string together good possessions, and ultimately the Magic were able to take advantage.
Yeah, man. Boneheaded plays for a lot of these guys up and down the board.
Yeah.
Or just missing shots in general. Like, Wingstop didn't really show up. I mean, OG didn't get his first shot until 7:20 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's when he knocked down his first shot. Karl-Anthony Towns didn't get into double digits until the fourth quarter. So this is it's one of those nights, man. Look, you're gonna get one of these. You're gonna get these nights during the regular season. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Am I gonna make too much about it? No. Did they come correct tonight? Absolutely not.
No.
But look. You just keep bouncing back. The thing that with Karl-Anthony Towns for me, man, is this: you gotta stay composed. And he started to figure it out in the fourth quarter. Like he got the threes. He started to get some good looks. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
he was starting to work, but it's like keeping the composure because I feel like he loses his composure very easily when he's not getting the foul call. You know, you get some pushback physically against an opponent who's capable of just keeping you out of your game from getting to your spots in the post, into the paint, whatever it may be. And so then he starts to get frustrated, man,
Yep.
because we know defensively he's not the greatest defender either. So it's like if his offensive game isn't really going, then what else does he really provide on the floor? And I feel like he just loses all sense of it, man. But the thing is that if you're not having it because of the guys how the way they're defending you, then go be that facilitator that we saw the other night. Go be that guy that's drawing the double teams, work hard, kick it out, and then do that. I felt like way too many times tonight, and not just Cat by himself. I felt like way too many times tonight, guys were trying to make something for themselves instead of just playing as a team and looking for each other.
Yeah, a lot of one and dones. Certainly not the same cohesion that you saw in previous matchups. So, just one of those. But, Wiley made a good point on the telecast. He said, look, this team has to find their counters now because the tape is out. Teams are hunting them. And when you're playing against a better defensive team, now's when you got to come with your counters, especially when you're playing up against a aggressive, wingy, rangy type of defense like the Orlando Magic. Now's the time for some counters. So we'll see how the Knicks adjust. And now they got the Miami Heat coming into town. So we'll see how they fare there. Okay. All right. Let me shout out to. Oh, we got a $20 super chat in here. Bang! Shout out to Ray Richardson, Al, 1680, $20 super chat. Just wanted to shout out my son Bryce. He's turning 8 tomorrow. He's definitely a Knicks fan and a KFTV fan because he hears my name on YouTube when I super chat. Thank you, KFTV family, for everything. Tough loss, but it's early. Shout out to Ray Richardson. Happy birthday to young Bryce and the
Happy
family.
birthday.
Shout out to the family, man. Everybody in the chat, big up Ray and his son, man. Let Ray know happy birthday to his son, man.
Happy birthday to Bryce, man, for turning 8.
Yeah.
Knicks fan. That's what we like to see, man. That's what we like to see. Kids becoming fans of teams and not just players at a young age. Love to see it.
Generational. Definitely generational. But, yeah, like you said, man, nobody really had it. Nobody else really had it going. Quiet night for McCall, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for McCall. You had OG, 8, 4, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. He shot 50% from the field, but not too much volume there. Off of the bench mob, Hart did have his 10. He went for 10 from the field. Yeah, Clarkson with a quiet 5, 2 of 5, and Deuce, 3 of 8, 9 points. Shamet had a good third quarter. I thought Shamet had a good quarter. What do you have, about 8 points in the third?
Yeah, man. I mean, look, this guy was like flying around screens, getting to the elbow on the free throw line, looking like Reggie Miller for a second. I know Knicks fans don't want to hear that name, but he kind of was, man. I was like, oh, we're about to get the Landry Shamet game and get back into this thing.
Yeah. Shamet was getting he was getting downhill and getting those jumpers going, man. So, he had a decent run, but overall, Knicks defense got bullied. Knicks offense got bullied, and we get back to the drawing board. All right, do we have any coaching sound bites yet, Al? Did you send that over yet?
I did send one over to you.
Okay, all right, let's check it out. Let's hear what Mike Brown has to say here after the game. So to everybody in the chat, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get it going. Okay, here's Knicks coach Mike Brown on the loss. So let's just cancel that out. Okay, here we go. They got this is the SNY audio, so it's extremely low, and it's literally on one channel. All right, let's see how much we can get it here. There's Mike Brown. It's on the SNY platform here. Here we go. There's Mike Brown on the loss.
We didn't do – first of all, you got to give them credit. Jamal Mosley and the rest of Orlando Magic – they kicked our ass. Just as simple as that. They came out with a physical presence that we didn't handle well. We talked about them getting to the free throw line. They've done a really, really good job at it. They've been averaging around 34 free throws a game, and they basically hit their average. On top of that, you know, against a good team, you have to win the possession game in order to give yourself a chance to win the game. And we got our ass kicked in that, 30-19. Basically, that's about free throw attempts plus offensive rebounds minus turnovers. So give those guys a lot of credit. We didn't do.
All right, Al. Coach said they got their asses kicked tonight, man. Kept it real. Kept it real, man.
I appreciate the candidness of Mike Brown. We're saying, hey, you got our guys didn't do it. Got to step up, get back to the drawing board, and look better for the next one, man. You got a tough Miami Heat team that is playing very well on Friday, so hopefully the Knicks come correct, man. Yeah, so look, I think the thing with this team, though, like when you're watching what New York has done over this time period, is that they can get into the offense when everything's clicking, but once they get that little bit of resistance, it's like, how do you? I feel like this is the next step for Mike Brown and the coaching. It's like, how do you counter to the counter of like playing physical, that which the Knicks haven't experienced yet? So they just got to figure it out, man. It's just tough, man. It's tough when it's tough when you've known that this team for a period of time has been able to play physical, and now it looks like, not saying it's going to revert back to last year, but knowing that physical teams does give this team a problem, because even last year when it was physical matchups, and we can go back to like the whole Detroit thing too, right? Mm-hmm. And just how physical Detroit was in the postseason. I mean, those were grinded out games. And what you hope for is that with Mike Brown at the helm is that we're not going to see something like that again moving forward, because that's the whole point. Hey, we got a lot of these guys who are gifted offensively, and when things are clicking, it can be very easy. But if it's going to go back to, hey, we face a physical team and we have hard times doing that, then the front office is going to have to start thinking, what do we have to do from an identity standpoint in order to get back and create that separation with the talent that we have? You just can't do that, man, especially with the money that you got on this roster.
Yeah, it's true. No, look, I think they can certainly get to that level. They just didn't want to tonight, man.
I'm not saying they can't get to that. I'm not saying that they can't get to that level.
Man. They didn't want to tonight, man. Game 11, they said, we'll catch the next one, man. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
No one's saying that they can't do it, CP. We saw them beat the Pistons. I'm just saying that, hey, you don't want to be teetering that line, man. Yeah. You know, especially if you're the front office and you got like you put out a message saying, hey, we are all about winning a championship. That is our singular focus, right? So just move in that way, man. That's all I'm saying. Just move in that direction.
So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to LD Alice. He says, against contenders, Cat's the X Factor. We go as he goes.
People are really attacking our centers tonight, man.
Who?
The people in the chat are attacking our centers.
Oh, what? What are we going in on Cat and Mitch tonight?
Yep. Said, because everyone's talking about the dumb fouls tonight between Cat and Mitch. I mean, Siwo saying Carla and Michelle showed up tonight, and not Cat and Mitch. Getting spicy in the chat.
They'll bounce back, man. They'll bounce back.
Yeah, people are going in on them, man. I'm just saying what I'm seeing in the chat right now. This is a show for the people.
Yeah,
and the people are not happy with how the centers performed tonight.
Yeah, no, certainly, Cats should have had a stronger game.
Let me ask you this, CP: should Ariel Hukporti have gotten into this one early? I see a little smirk. You're like, yeah.
I don't really see it, man. To be honest, I don't really see it.
Not even saying, hey, look, I mean, this is we were praising the coach at the beginning of the season, saying, hey, this guy's going to his bench looking for a spark somewhere. Who knows? Does Huck have it tonight?
If he can guard Franz, sure. If he's guarding Franz and Bane, no doubt. You know?
Oh, man. Who said why is he got to guard Franz?
Bro, I mean, they were just dominating. I mean, yeah, you could have went with a couple of Huck minutes tonight, or maybe a little less. How much Yabusele minutes did Yabusele get tonight? 5? You got 5 minutes tonight. They scored 6 points. They knocked down 2 threes. Yabusele, so maybe he's trending in the right direction. You know, Huck got in garbage time. He didn't do anything. 2 minutes.
Yep.
But yeah, you know, I think Mike Brown is kind of telling you how he feels right now. But, you know, still early for Huck to crack some respectable rotation minutes. Let's get to the phones. Let's hear from Will from LI. Will, how you doing, man?
Hey, CP. Hey, Alex. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, man. How you doing, bro?
What up?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing. Hey, what up, guys? You know, it's a mixed bag. Obviously, we would have loved to go 7-0 on the homestand,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you know what? I see that. You know, the worst thing you could do is when you're watching the game, you just go onto Twitter and you just see all these reactions from the Knicks fans,
Of
right?
course.
There was one tweet that I saw specifically that I was kind of gonna go on, but you know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give them grace. The tweet said, "If you're real championship contenders, you don't complain about it back to back."
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I was gonna go that motion, but at the same time, Mike Brown said give them some grace. And even when they did win the game, the last couple of games, we did see some mishaps. So you know what? I really don't want to pile on them. You know, let's talk about the positives. Number one, today I want to personally start the Landry Shamet hive. Okay, I'm starting it up. Anybody that wants to join, come through, because I think Shamet is just a Swiss Army knife, right? I just love the way he was playing today. Jalen Brunson, I think he had a really good game. You know, the rest were on something, but you know what? We're going to give it to Orlando. You know, they were lengthy. They're a very tall team. This goes back to what Alan Hahn said when you guys were talking to him, when he said, do we really have the size like that? You know, and today, that's what that I really thought about that interview, because I was like, man, every time that ball went up, usually when you're seeing either Hart crash the board or you're seeing Cat cross the board or somebody else, it just seemed that it was either a Wendell Carter Jr. or somebody on the Magic squad that was just really lengthy and just really getting in our way. You know, ultimately, I'm going to just say this isn't like a loss to like last year when we lost to like Cleveland and the Celtics. I think we're better than the Magic. I just think that the Magic were really upping themselves to pay us. This was a nationally televised game. This is all the hype, you know. I'm gonna give it to him, man. I'm gonna give Mike Brown grace. And what I will say, I appreciate Mike Brown's interview. It is nothing worse than last year than watching Tibbs, after getting our butts kicked, come back and say, "Oh, we gotta watch tape." I don't know. I watched tape. Oh, we gotta watch. It's so annoying. It's like just so tone deaf.
Yeah.
So I appreciate Mike Brown for being real.
Okay. Well, hang on.
I'm gonna just give them.
We might have a little breaky news. Joe, Jalen Brunson, according to trilogies, this is a correct trilogy. You got to double check people's names and everything now with the fake news.
Mm-hmm.
He says Jalen Brunson left MSG in a walking boot and crutches.
Oh my God! What? Oh, that was the worst thing that could have happened. Oh my God! You know what?
Walking boot and crutches.
Damn, that hurts bad on the Magic. Wendell Carter. That was a nasty play by Wendell Carter, man. I don't care what nobody says. That was very nasty, man. Hey, listen, man. It's a next man up mentality, but this is what we were worrying about. Who's the backup point now? Oh my God. The questions.
Hang in
I'm
there, Will.
gonna let you guys get back to it, man. Thank you guys for the time.
Hang
man.
in there.
Cheer up, Knicks fans. We're gonna be up. Don't worry about it.
Will from LI, man. Will from LI.
Trilogy just re-quoted his tweet saying, no official report from the team on the injury. Brown just said afterward that he rolled his right ankle. So
well,
no official team report
the
yet.
boat is just, get the swelling down immediately, but, we'll see, man.
Maybe they're just being, very cautious. They're saying, hey, don't put a lot of pressure on it. We'll see, man. Need time.
Yeah.
But you get the sources too, CP, so I need some answers tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it looks like, it almost looks like that ankle injury in the Laker game, man. Almost looks the same, man.
That's a month then. That's a month to 6 weeks that we're talking
the Laker, I'm trying to remember the Lakers injury. Did he land Did he go up for the layup and then tweak the ankle coming down,
Yes.
or was it on the plant?
I think it was going on the way down.
Yeah. Let's check, man. Let's check. Twitter's search function is kind of trash sometimes, so let's check. Let's take a look, man. Let's do some research. Hang on, Jalen Brunson. Let's take a look at some media here. Okay, so yeah, so the Laker game, it was coming down, and that was a terrible, that was a bad one. That was a bad one. You know, that was a complete fold. But we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. Maybe just a little precaution right now for Cap.
Yeah, man. I hope that's what it is. I mean, look. The thing is, too, is that MSG is a little cryptic and very, what's the right word for this? They treat injuries like it's Fort Knox over there, man.
Yeah.
You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay.
Pray for Cap, man. Pray for Cap. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for your boys, CP and Alex on the ones and twos. Call us up in the KFTV Discord, which it takes on this one. Let's get back to the Discord and hear from Maly. Maly, how you doing, man? Do we have Maly?
Yeah, sorry about that.
All good, man.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Tough loss tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't hang our heads, honestly. I mean, first I'll give Orlando credit. You know, they got up into us. I think the length bothered us. Well, I mean, second out of a back-to-back. And what we're supposed to learn from this experience, honestly. I mean, teams are going to be physical with us, and this was like the first team I feel like we played against who got really physical with us. So I mean, we're coaching, and we have to think of game plans when people try to take us off our rhythm, because no one's just going to allow us to get in our actions, and So I mean, yeah, it's going to be a learning experience. And going back to Brunson, I mean, I hope he's doing fine. I hope he's healthy and stuff. But if he isn't, this isn't the time to hang our heads, next man up mentality, because good teams, we're at the point we're not supposed to rely. We can't rely on Brunson. Good teams are going to win games regardless, whether it's star players. Like Parlo, he didn't even play the second half. Magic still did. They stuck with the game plan.
Stuck with the game plan. Sure did.
So
sure did, man.
You got to do our job. Even if the captain's out, we got to step up. That's what a real good team does. If we shouldn't have to depend on Brunson or Cat. As a team, we got to do it together. So
yeah,
I mean, that's all really I had to say.
Yeah, Al, your thoughts, man? Maly on the Discord.
Look, man, I think everyone's on the same page. It's just a learning experience after this game, man. It's just a true learning experience after playing a physical team and just getting ready for the next one. And how do you prepare for that? How do you what reps do you go through during practice to get ready for that type of physicality, right? And I think for the Knicks, it's just slowing it down and playing at a pace. And because basketball is just a game of who's taking control, right? Like who's winning possessions. So who's winning the possession, taking back control, slowing it down. That's all the Knicks need to do, man. And we saw them. Let's talk about a positive in the fourth quarter. When the Knicks got back into single digits, what did they do? They weren't rushing shots. They weren't playing the way the Magic wanted them to play. They got back and took control and slowly worked each and every single possession, even though it was like there was a little bit of isolation. They were finding each other and creating open looks, but they were taking their time. So they weren't moving at the rapid, quick, pace of finding guys, reading and reacting. But they slowed it down a bit. They forced the Magic to play. They played the Magic speed. And then once they were able to do that and match the physicality, then things started to open up for them. So they recognized it a little too late. But this team is more than capable of doing it. It's just getting ready for that earlier in the game than just losing your composure, coming out and still being, in the middle of all right, we got it, we don't got it in the third quarter, and then walking in the fourth. So, hey, they figured it out in the fourth quarter, though.
Yep, It's a true story. Let's take a look at the key stats of the night, Al. Key stats of the night brought to you guys by DraftKings Sportsbook. Use our code KFTV. Bet $5 to get up to $300 in bonus bets if you win, plus 3 months of NBA League Pass. As I said at the top of the show, Al, the Knicks basically lost every statistical category in this game. The Magic were just better, flat out. The Magic shoot 48% from the field to the Knicks 44%. Knicks did get close to their 43s, but they were not hitting tonight. 30% from three. And the Magic hit just about league average at 36%. Magic 33 free throw attempts, and they converted 84.8%. And the Knicks 23 free throw attempts at 78%. Magic beating the Knicks by 12 on the boards, despite Mitchell Robinson returning in this game. I thought that was a big factor in this one as well. Magic also winning the assist battle, Al, 29-20. Total turnovers, 15 turnovers to the Magic led to 20 Knick points. 14 Knick turnovers led to 17 Magic points. Magic won the fast break battle by 1, 20-19. Points in the paint, 50-48. And largest lead for the Magic was 21 and only 2 for the New York Knicks, man.
Well, the big one for me, we talked about earlier, was just the rebounding battle, CP. I mean, good God, getting whooped on the boards is just unacceptable for this team, especially by the way they've been playing during the regular season. And so to lose 49-37 is not a good look for this team. So looking for them to bounce back, figure out how to crash the glass, and just get better positioning, man. I mean, I get that we got some of the best rebounders in the game, but got to get ready. Each and every single possession counts, especially when you're playing a grinded out team like the Orlando Magic. With that being said, free throws. Now, the percentage is not horrific, 78%, but they missed key free throws when they got to the line, man. Between Deuce, Brunson, Cat, like, y'all got to hit your free throws, man. You all got to hit your free throws. We're talking about a different game. We're talking about staying within striking distance if you knock them down. So 78% doesn't look terrible, but with the eye test and watching how the game unfolds, when you're trying to cut down the lead, got to stay locked in, man. So those are my two big takeaways from tonight's game.
Got to stay locked in for sure. For me, it's the free throws. 33 for Orlando, number one in the NBA right now, getting to the line. And for a team that doesn't hit that many threes, hey, they use their size to their advantage. Franz getting to the free throw line. He's a double-digit free throw guy. How many did he have tonight? He got to the line 8 times. 8 times for Franz, 6 for Jalen Suggs, 5 for Desmond Bain. Even Jonathan Isaac had 4. Goga Bitadze got to the free throw line 6 times and converted 6 of 6. So you could see how they would put so much pressure on the rim, and the Knicks just had no answer, man. They were a step slow. They got beat to the basket. Reaching in, they got beat, and that's how you can tell that they didn't have their legs defensively. And then again, Orlando just using their physicality to grab boards, and the Knicks just could not slow them down physically. So I think it's a 33 free throw attempts to me was a big statement by Orlando, and the Knicks just had could not solve that. Could not solve that puzzle by the Orlando Magic, man.
How do you feel that the Knicks, since we're talking about getting to the free throw line and working those possessions, right? Like under Tibbs, the Knicks were capable of doing that. This season, the Knicks are 25th in the NBA with getting to the line. What is it? They're averaging 22.5 free throw attempts per game. They're making 19, so great percentage. They're third in the NBA right now. They're knocking them down at an 84.4% rate. But they're in the basement, man, with getting to the line. Would you like to see them get to the line a little bit more and play a little bit more physical?
Always, but I just don't think that's their style. And especially that when they're shooting more threes. That's always been one of my concerns, is that they don't really have that natural athleticism like what Orlando showed you tonight, who, they have the guys that can just fly to, Hart can do it. Hart comes off the bench. He does that. McCall was doing it a little bit to start the season. OG, sure, but again, OG is also taking a lot more threes, so they just don't have like that slashing 2 or a big who can go in there and do it. Cat can, but Cat is Cat. And you know what that means, meaning like some nights you'll get that, And other nights, you're
throwing your hands up in the air like what?
You're throwing your hands up in the air. So they just don't have that consistent, a guy that can draw fouls while attacking the rim. They just don't have it.
They don't, man. And it's more like I would like to see them do it too. And it goes back to my original point saying, how do you diversify this offense where it's like, it's nice when they're knocking down threes and they're knocking them down at a high percentage. But when you go to tonight's game and you're looking for the threes they shot 30, essentially 31% if you want to round it up. And that's not going to cut it, man, for a team that puts up a lot of threes, So how do you change it up? How do you work the mid range? How do you work the low post? How do you slow it down and get to the free throw line? Like the Knicks need to be able to do that. The Knicks need to be able to do that because look, we've seen this. We saw the template with Boston. If you're gonna live and die by the three, you are certainly going to live and die by the three.
Yeah. You know what I haven't said all year yet?
We don't need that.
Well, I did say that on the second cardiac Clarkson heave. That was just like, all right. that was a warning. I didn't go full. We don't need that. I said that was a warning.
What's a warning shot? We don't need that. We don't need that. Is it like very low underneath your breath? Like
I said, just a little like, oh boy, here we go. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a full. We don't need that. It was just like, oh man, Clarkson, come on, man. But I totally lost my train of thought. What was it? Oh, the thing I haven't said all year. It wasn't pretty, but it was gritty. They haven't gotten gritty just yet, man. You know what I mean? They're winning flying finesse and jiggy and 30 assists and da-da-da. We got to go get it out the mud. We got to go get one out the mud, man. We got to go get one.
CP's asking for this team to do it KFTV style.
Yeah, we haven't had that one gritty win where it's just like, yeah, you shoot 30% from three. It's muddy. It's ugly, but you found a way to get it done.
You know what they need to do, CP?
Yeah.
You know what they need to do? They need to go watch the tape of how we won the championship.
That's right. That's right. Gritty.
Just saying.
They still need one of those, man. They still need one of those. So, all right.
I can see the disappointment in your eyes right now. You're like,
I was waiting, man. I was hoping they would have came back. I was ready to
oh,
get
man.
that line,
I thought
man.
when they brought it down to single digits, I was like, oh, this is it. Knicks about to do it, man. They're about to work this thing out.
Yeah.
They're about to show them why people got to believe and put respect on this team's name.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, we'll get there, man. We'll get there for sure. So salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Hit a quick reset and shout out to one of our sponsors of the night, and that is DraftKings Sportsbook, because all your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. New customers at home, bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins, paid out in bonus bets. And once again, that is with the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. All you have to do is just download the app or go to DraftKingsSportsbook.com and use our code KFTV. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, pass-through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Your bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. A minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto-renews until canceled. And additional terms at dkng.co/audio. And once again, this is a limited time offer. Okay, any update on the captain now? Any update?
I just sent. I sent you what James Edward III sent, man. Trilogy. That's
okay. That's all we got. Okay,
that's all we got, man.
All right.
That's all we got.
So what? Once again, Captain Clutch was seen leaving the Garden in a walking boot and crutches. Okay, so I would have to think that eliminates him from Friday's game. What do you think? I think that probably, right? At least.
I would think that it would be one game off at least.
Yeah.
I think maybe Friday, but you see him back Monday against the Heat to finish up the mini series.
Okay.
You know, but hey man. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah, stranger things have happened. You're right.
Stranger things have happened. So maybe he could be back on Friday.
Okay. LD, how you feeling? LD on the Discord.
I'm Gucci. How you good?
Good, man. Well,
Fantastic.
not so good because we lost the captain tonight, man. We lost the game, lost the captain.
I know.
Tonight.
I saw that, man.
Yeah,
he? Do we know how long he's out or?
No, nothing yet. All early stuff.
Just walking boot.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I got a question for you though, you and Alex and people in the chat, because I want to gain perspective, right? So let's say somebody like Shamit. Let's say he's a good catch and shoot player. He gets 10 shots a game. Let's say he makes 3 or 4, right? Karl-Anthony Towns, great catch and shoot player. Let's say he gets the same 10 shots. He gets 3 or 4. He makes 3 or 4 of them. In the context of our expectations as far as winning the championship with the max player like Cat, if we take away the shooting, right? Because I think Shamit makes what, like $2 million, $3 million?
Yeah.
Cat makes 50. If we take away the shooting from Cat, what do we expect from Cat in the context of a max player on the championship roster? Like, what is outside of the shooting, because he does that really well. What else do we expect from
passing and boards? Passing, boards, gravity, making his teammate better. Making his team better.
Gotcha. And from your perspective, are we getting $50 million max player from Cat? What do you think? I'm not trying to stir up the pot. I'm literally just trying to get in perspective.
All right, look, it's fair. It's a fair question. Where does Cat lie on the range of superstar to all-star player just based on contract?
Exactly.
It's a fair question. I mean, Al, let's pull the contracts up. Let's take a look, man. But we also have to keep put in the context that he got that deal like years ago.
That's absolutely correct. But at the end of the day, though, it's still each year is its own year. He's still our highest paid player, I believe. Yeah, because Brunson took that
for sure.
Cut.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
Pulling it up right now.
Let's pull it up. Alex is pulling it up right now.
Is he okay? So, and this is not for me like making trade ideas or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Is Cat worth a Hartenstein and Aaron Gordon? Because if we combine their contracts, it's kind of the same thing. I'm just trying to gain perspective of what we should expect from Cat, only in the context of winning the championship and him being our highest player.
Yeah, but are you saying that those two guys on this team, instead of Cat, would make this team more of a contender? I don't see that.
I don't see that either. But I'm trying to find out, because if I compare Cat to someone like Jokic, I know what I get from Jokic every night, no matter what the competition is. The same applies to Giannis, same applies to Luka, Shea, and those are the max players on their teams.
Yes.
Him being our max player, I'm trying to figure out what to consistently expect outside of the shooting.
Well, that I can't answer, because that we don't know.
Right.
That's just who he is. That's the product of who he is. That's always been the frustrating part of his game.
Right.
Is that he can be highly inconsistent.
So Towns is currently the 16th highest contract in the NBA. Above him, number 1 is Tatum, 2 is Jalen Brown, 3 is Nikola Jokic, 4 is SGA, 5 is Cade, 6 is Evan Mobley, 7 is Halliburton, 8 is Edwards, 9 is Jalen Williams on OKC. What did I say? 9 for Jalen Williams?
Yeah.
Let's make sure. Okay, so 10 is Chet Holmgren, 11 is Paolo, 12 is Scotty Barnes. 12 is Scotty Barnes. 13 is Franz.
What did LD say? LD, what'd you say about the contract?
I said, those are newer contracts, so they got their contracts more recently, which is why Well, because I don't know why Scotty Barnes would be getting paid more than Cat, but it's a
Right.
newer contract.
Newer deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Newer deal. You got Franz, who's after that, Fox, D-Book, and then Cat right there.
Man,
Those
so
are
of
your
the
names
older
above Karl-Anthony
contracts,
Towns.
he's pretty
And
high.
hi- and-
Yo,
and
yeah,
hi-
that,
and hi-
that deal was a
and
bag.
right-
That deal was a
and-
bag. That's why they
and
was
right-
trying to trade
and
his
right
ass
below
for
Cat.
years. That's why Minnesota been trying to trade him, man. They saw that second apron coming. They said, "Oh my goodness, we got to get this guy out of here."
goodness, Cat got paid.
He got paid.
Hey, hold on. You ready? You ready for this
Yo,
one?
that
Here's
was
who's-
years ago. When did that deal kick in? 4 years ago? 3 years ago?
2 years ago.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe two, right? Because that was an
So he's
extension.
in the. So he got because this is a extension. Remember that.
Yeah,
So we took on the extension.
that's right.
Eesh, right.
So he's getting 53 this year, 57 next year, 61 his final year, which is 27,
He
28.
gets the 60.
Mm.
Wow. And again,
And-
this is not the bash Cat. I'm not going to do that. It's just from that context. Well, that's all I needed to know. And I think you kind of answered it. You know, it's outside of this shooting, we don't really know what we should expect from him every night. But overall, we can expect, you know, an all-star player. But as a $60-something million player, I would hope we can gain more consistency because we need that from him.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
We need
You're
that.
right.
But
You're
Yeah.
definitely right on that, bro.
no doubt. Y'all got it, though. Have a great
Yeah.
evening.
All right, man. Stay up, man. Rate that call in the chat. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. LD on the Discord. So
Here's,
yeah, go ahead.
Here are the names after Towns, by the way.
Mhm.
Right after Steph Curry, Zach LaVine.
Is that this year though? Because I'm looking at the ESPN
you look,
list.
you look at it this year? I'm talking about overall value.
Okay, got you. Okay,
Yeah, I'm talking about overall value of the
the
contract.
guy got you. Okay.
Yeah. And
Because
so
I got
then you
the
get
annual salaries up.
so if you're talking about what was it? So where is he on the annual?
On the
Probably is at
annual list, he is
He's-
12.
Yeah.
Steph, Embiid, Joker, KD, Giannis, Luka, Jimmy Butler, AD, Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, who's out with a hip. His hip's cooked. He's out for the year. So there's $53 million down the drain for Steve Ballmer. Devin Booker, then Cat, then Jalen Brown, then LeBron, then Paul George, then Kawhi, Zach LaVine, marketing, Cade, Jamal Murray. That's the top 20.
See, for me, I look at the entire value of the contract because, especially when you get to this type of contract, you're essentially keeping the guy. That's the expectation. You paid them because you believe that they're worth that much and they offer that much to your team. And I'm going to say this, like, I don't think Towns is worth that contract, but in the context for why he got that contract, when you're out in Minnesota and they're looking to keep something together,
Yeah.
that's why they paid him.
You gotta factor that in as well.
Yeah, that's why they paid him. I don't like
Yeah.
to what
And,
LB is
and,
saying.
you know, homegrown, like all of that.
Yeah,
factors
homegrown. You
in,
get all
you know.
that. All
Yeah.
that goes in there,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
He's
They took care
great
of
with the media. Look, he was great to the community out there. Like that. This is all the reasons why he got paid. But if we're gonna strictly talk based on like the production standpoint, like the inconsistency would not demand this type of contract. I mean, if that's the case, then Julius would have gotten this contract if he were here. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like to LD's point, yes, if you're paying somebody that much, you expect the consistency, and that's always been the topic with Karl-Anthony Towns. Is he worth the contract value? Because when you bring him onto your team, you got to look at your books and saying, are we getting the max value out of him? And look, there's a lot of guys in the NBA who are overpaid, man. A lot of guys. But once you start getting into categories of like I said at the top, like Tatum, Brown, Jokic, SGA, like guys like that, like you got to be pretty damn consistent like those guys.
Yeah. Good points. Well, good exercise. Good conversation. Let's get the Garden Report. STG Nick. STG, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Prayers up to the captain.
For sure.
Took a hard fall there, but you never know with him. Like you said,
Yeah.
like he could be out a week, he could be out a month, but he popped right back up, and then he went out to the locker room after the free throws. So prayers up to him. One thing I did notice in the game, was like they took a while to get into their sets. Like early on, like
Yeah.
it was like the shot clock was getting down to like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A lot of dribbling. So that was definitely one thing I noticed. But Orlando's a team like they play physical, they play hard, and this was our first, like Alex said too. It was a wake up call. I think like you got to play gritty, you got to do it. So I think this is a good loss in the sense that I think it should hopefully wake us up. But I did like LD's call because I was never a fan of the. This is getting back, but I was never really a big fan of the trade, anyways, to begin with, because I will always believe that the combination of Julius and Dante will be greater than just Carl alone. Especially now with the Mike Brown offense. I mean, if you have those guys spacing the floor, Julius another ball handler, but that's besides the point. I don't think that he is worth the value of whatever it is, 60, 55, whatever, 60 million, just because of nights like this. And now if Jalen's going to be out, like he's going to be the number one option, and he can't be putting up 15-point games like this. Like he's going to be the number one guy. So I'm really looking at him over the next week or so, however long Jalen's out, because he's going to be, the number one option. And, I assume Deuce will probably slide in at the point and then go from there.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out, man, and how long the captain will be out, if he's even out for any amount of time. So hopefully by tomorrow or maybe Friday, we'll hear some more. But, I mean, if he's leaving out in a walking boot and things of that nature, I'm not so sure if Friday's in play. Just given that we're talking about the 12th game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah.
All right, SCG, we'll catch up Friday, man.
I'll see you.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Al.
Yeah, I mean, it never looks good when someone's going out on a walking boot and crutches. But I go back to the whole thing of like, it's this team is very cryptic when it comes to injuries. We have no idea what to expect. It could be just a mitigation, right? You don't want him to be walking on it. Like I always feel like they'd put somebody in a boot just until they get X-rays, they get the scans that they need to make a full evaluation. They probably weren't able to do that tonight. I know some teams have all that stuff on site to do it. We're probably still going to wait. And so before they get all those scans, why not play the safe side and say, hey, go home in a walking boot, here's some crutches. We don't need you to start straining your ankle even more, because we do need you for the regular season too. Because I mean, touching back on Nick's point, I'm not trying to be negative, but it's like, who's going to lead when you got your best player who's able to break teams down? Like, we did see the Knicks, have some success without Brunson, right, for that stretch. But who's going to be able to do that on a consistent basis, just break a defender down without needing to just be constantly set up? That's what makes him so great. That's why he's like one of the top players in the league.
Yeah. Great points by you there. Al, I want to shout out another one of our sponsors of tonight, and that is Square. This episode is brought to you guys by Square. One thing about Square is that your favorite neighborhood spots run on Square. When we talk about neighborhood spots, we're talking about small businesses, because we know that small businesses, they are the lifeblood of any community. If you think about your local bodega, your local pharmacy, your local barber, things of that nature. I mean, these are the people that keep communities thriving. And the goal, the intention is, as you spend money with your local neighborhood spots, that money recycles in the community, and you keep it going. And before you know it, you have a thriving and bustling community. When we show up as a community, it can mean big business for local business owners. So take this ad as an excuse to go support your favorite local spot and have yourself a day in the neighborhood. Square is a proud partner of more than 4 million neighborhood businesses around the world, Al. So when these are the places that make the community thrive. And once again, you can go to square.com/go/KFTV to learn more. But before you do, go support your local neighborhood spot, and you'll be happy that you did. After a loss, Al, that's what we do, man. Next
Go
morning.
Support the neighborhood?
Yeah, you go get a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Drown your sorrows away. That's what I was used to do, man. Bad loss.
There you go.
Like, especially like on a football Monday, or like a bad Nick loss next day. Let's get you a little egg sandwich, man, in that morning, man. Power up. A little coffee, tea, whatever you're into.
Okay.
Power it up, man.
I'm a big coffee guy. I know you're a
Are
tea
you?
guy. So you would have tea with
Yeah.
your bacon, egg, and cheese?
Now, I'm the lady converted me into a coffee guy, man.
You're drinking coffee now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The lady converted me into a coffee drinker, man. Yeah.
Man.
I was always more like a casual coffee guy. Like, you know what I mean? I was not a coffee guy because of taste. It was just more like I was just naturally a tea guy. We're Jamaican, man. Like that's even though you got Blue Mountain, you do have coffee that's very good in Jamaica. We are also tea drinkers based on obviously the British influence and all of that. So
For sure.
coming up, I was a tea guy.
What's your favorite type of tea?
Mint,
Ooh.
ginger, green combination.
Ginger green.
Or combination. Sometimes they get the combination joints.
So you're mixing ginger and mint together? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, definitely. Easily. All three of those. You could mix all three of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Those are compatible flavors.
Ginger's good, man, especially when you're feeling a little sick.
Oh,
Ginger's
great for you, man. Ginger's great for you, man.
I'm a lemon tea guy myself. I like lemon. Just keep it simple, man. Simple and plain.
Keep it simple. But that ginger is very, very versatile. Ginger's versatile. But yeah, I've been coming coffee guy, man. The iced coffee and she knows all the names. She barista's it up. I let her take care of everything. I don't know names. I don't know flavors. I couldn't tell you what's better than what. I just let her take care of it. I just let her make it. Steam the milk up, do whatever the case is. And so
you're going fancy.
Oh yeah. She don't play around. Like I said, she's barista over here. We got Starbucks going on over here, man. So,
Is that what they're doing in Croatia?
Yeah, fantastic, my God, fantastic. Yeah, but you know what it is that especially when you go to Europe and you get a coffee, it's literally like this. Like the dentist cups that you rinse in the Listerine in. Only in America do we got like super size and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's got to be big. And
you need 22 ounces of coffee to get through the day.
Yeah,
all
so
right,
that
man.
was a big adjustment, man. I got to Croatia, man. Like I used to kill a coffee cup in like 30 seconds because it would literally be like a little shot glass or like a little dentist cup, a little Dixie cup.
Welcome back to America, where you get 16 ounces like there's no tomorrow. You want a mug of coffee? We got you a mug of coffee.
Let me
you
get
want some
the
sugar?
triple,
Let me put some sugar in that
the triple grande. Give me a couple, half a jar of the chemical caramel.
No, you will not get.
Give me the hazelnut latte. Spraying the thing with.
No.
Only in America, baby. Give me the triple venti thing for $10.
Sugar, all the sugar, man.
Yeah.
All the sugar so I can wake up. Nah, this is why I only drink coffee at home. I do not go out.
Nah.
I don't do that, man. I get my
typically
favorite blends, get a nice medium roast.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
Medium. Yeah, I'm a medium roaster. Medium roaster. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Good talk. Took the show off the rails a little bit. Team lost. What do you want us to do, man? You know what I mean? What do you want us to do, man? The team got
You want us to break down?
They got dragged across the bar tonight. What do we got? This is a throwaway. This throwaway game, throwaway show, man. We're talking about coffee now, man.
They're slapping them. They got slapped all across the floor.
No, they got slapped silly. And now we got to hope the captain comes back healthy, man. So praise up to the cap.
And now we got to have conversations about contract values and stuff like this. And look, I think it's a good topic. I think it's a good exercise to walk through. But as you said, CP, I already missed the summer league type vibes when we're winning. Things are happy. We're enjoying the night.
Yeah.
Vibes are rocking.
I'm gonna have to go for a walk, man. I feel kind of lost, 5-game winning streak, 7-0. We got window emojis were flying.
No, now we're talking about how our centers stink, apparently, in the chat. We're ready to trade everybody.
He's not worth anything. Cap's hurt. He's out of here. It's all part of the deal, man. 82-game season. It's going to be nights like this. That's just it. All right, let's load up Hooper. And then we'll wrap up. Hooper, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yo,
How you feel, man? Even my guy Hooper's not feeling it today. How you feeling, man? What's good, bro?
what I saw was not good.
Yeah.
The defense, the Magic defense, did their job, and we didn't do it back. Clearly,
Yeah. It's true.
got better than this. You want to win championship this year?
Yeah. Got
Can't be.
to, man. Got to, man.
I hope Tyler Kolek gets minutes. I hope we play him a
Yeah,
little more now.
he just might. You know, next
Yeah.
man up situation. So Deuce, Clarkson, Kolick, I think those guys will get burned,
Point
especially against
guard,
Miami.
I'd probably play Tyler Moore.
Yeah.
Deuce is an off-ball guy. He can play off, get his shots from that.
For sure.
Hopefully we win
sure,
on
man.
Friday, whoever's up next.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll lock in, man. Make sure you call in on Friday. Lock in with us, man.
I got you.
All right, man. Hooper checking in, man. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yep, there you go.
Hold on one second.
What's up? What do we got? Breaking news?
I just sent. No, not breaking news. I just sent you a clip from Anthony Black talking about the Knicks defense and going in on it.
Okay. Let's hear something. Did they get exposed here? What's going on? All right, here's Anthony Black on the Knicks defense. What do you have to say? Let's hear it.
You know, they give up the most threes in the NBA, and they got one of the lowest percentages and give up the least amount of looks at the rim. So we know they pack the paint a lot, and part of the game plan was just being ready to shoot and being able and willing to make the right play. So to answer your question, yeah, it was part of the game plan. I think we did a good job executing, stepping into our shots with confidence. You know, they give up.
Yeah, that was Anthony Black, and he had a couple timely buckets for them as well. How much did he finish with off the bench? I always liked him coming out of college. I like his game. 17 points for Anthony Black tonight. He was big, man. 3 assists, 2 steals, big guard. I'm always a big fan of big guard. 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 5 from downtown. He had a great game. And as he said, stepped into a couple of those threes with confidence. And one of those, I believe, was in the third quarter. And it was just part of those when I say, when the Knicks would make those runs, Orlando would have those answers, those Anthony Black threes. And those are some of the answers. So give credit to him. He had a great game tonight. 17 points leading the Orlando bench.
He's like a wing playing point guard, CP.
That's right. That's right.
And he's gotten a lot of coming out of college. He was always compared to Lonzo, not the same player as Lonzo, but I get why people give him that like designation because tall guard, is able to make the right read, knows how to pass the ball well, has very good court vision, and just plays defense at a high level, which is what Lonzo does. But man, talk about it, man. Like there were I was like, all right, the Knicks about to do this, and the next thing you know, Anthony Black hits a 3. I was like, come on, man. And then he hits another one right after. I was like, come on, man. Like this is, and the thing is, he was wide open. As he's talking about, it's like, the Knicks give up the most wide open threes. It's like that's an issue from last season. How have we not cured that?
100%. So, hey, go look at the tape, figure it out, and get ready to win on Friday with or without the captain. Oh, we got some more super chats in here. Okay, shout out this guy out. Bang! Shout out to Gabriel Ganna, 8920, $5 super chat, number 3 on the chat leaderboard. Says tough loss tonight, can't win them all. Energy from last night carried over. We looked tired, and the Magic came to play. I hope Cap is okay. Yep, well said, Gabriel. Right on there. Shout out to Do Things. Says, I'm not worried about this team. If you look around, we still the better team. We will be fine. We're not worried about Brunson. No one panic. Team hashtag new. Shout out to Do Things. Shout out to Do. Do, I owe you an email, man. I gotta get that email together, man. Busy time right now. But we're gonna connect for sure. I definitely owe you some work. So we'll be getting that done during the week, man. So shout out to Do Things for sure. And let's wrap up, man. Second night of a back-to-back. We're doing back-to-back here at KFTV. I did a show earlier today. Shout out to the Rhyme Animal, Chuck D, and new friend of the program, Jake Eady. We had a great show on Michael Ray Richardson, man. Great show on Michael Ray. So shout out to those guys. If you guys missed that show, run it back. Go back in the archives and take a look. We had a great convo, half-hour conversation, but whenever we lose people in the game. I always bring Chuck on for, the historical and the cultural perspective, because to be there's nobody like him that can paint that picture, because like he said on today's show, he lived it. He was there. He's Michael Ray. He understands what New York was looking like in the 70s and 80s, and so that was great. And then Jake co-wrote a book with Michael Ray Richardson, and they became friends through that. This guy Jake Eady writes for a number of publications, Alan, has a number of books with former NBA players, including Muggsy Bogues. He's working on one with Tim Hardaway, working on one with Michael Cooper, as he says. So very, very entrenched in the game, based out in Seattle. And he was able to break down Michael Ray Richardson, because as a lot of people say, that he was a guy who a lot of people missed in terms of watching his game. A lot of people never knew. He wasn't with the Knicks that long, and it was with an era that some people just, it's kind of blank. Some people don't have that. So it was great to have those guys come on and really paint that picture for us.
It's crazy, see, because like when you go through the history of the Knicks, it's like we know about the 70s, right? That 70s time, that championship era. And then the 80s is just kind of like that lost, forgotten time period, as you mentioned. It's like nothing starts to really turn around until, they get Patrick Ewing. Bernard gets injured, too, at the end of that stint, right before. So they never really got a chance to play together. And then next thing you know, we're right into the 90s. And then we just reminisce over the 70s and the 90s for the most part.
Yeah.
But I will say this, because we did do a draft. You, JD, and myself, an all-time Knicks. And I'm happy I drafted him.
Yeah. You did. Good job, man. Good job. All right, folks. Good show. Shout out to all the mods. Salute to all the producers of tonight's show. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. Shout out to the replay gang. We will have an update on Jalen Brunson whenever it comes in. We will get that to you. And until then, we will see you tomorrow. Game of the Week preview. Knicks versus Magic. Alex will be live at 9:30, so make sure you guys tap in there. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night, 9:30, Game of the Week preview. Knicks versus Miami Heat. And we'll see you guys, man. Peace.